Of AmaZulu King Goodwill Zwelithini. We cross to our reporter Jayed-Leigh Paulse. Good afternoon, Jayed. What's happening where you are? All right, she doesn't seem to be able to hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, please proceed, Jayed.
Okay, so we are coming to you from KwaKhethomthandayo Great Palace, where the proceeding is expected to take place at 12 o'clock, where we'll see King Goodwill Zwelithini's remains coming back to where he originates from. But I'm just going to step out a shot and show you what's happening here at the moment. Several people are here to pay their respects, but also to bear witness to this historic event. I'm just going to rope in here Minister Zweli Mkhize just to speak to us about, the COVID-19 regulations. Minister, just take us through, are the regulations being upheld? Are all protocols into place? And take us through the numbers here today. Are we adhering to those regulations?
It's a very difficult situation because unlike a normal event where there's a set number of invited guests and they can be controlled and they can be told come in, don't come in this case the first problem is that the royal house cannot reject anyone and say don't come. Secondly, people who land here are not known that they are coming. They only just rock up at the gate, and then of course you will then find suddenly a milling around of people who had not known each other and not even known they were going to be here. But what has been done, firstly from the royal household, everyone is very conscious of the fact that we have to stick strictly to the rules. So inside the palace there's quite a lot of work done for distancing and also sanitizers, and everyone who goes inside has got to wear a mask, and we've made sure that there are enough masks even to help those who are walking in without. And then outside the gate you have got the provincial government has brought in the whole team of the health workers as well as police, all of whom are now helping to explain to people that they need to come in with mask and distancing and lots of sanitizers. And so it's a matter that has to be managed as we go along. What the Royal House has said is that people who are coming in, they will come in, address the Royal House. After the expression of their grief and mourning, they must actually quickly get escorted out. So people are going in and out. It's an effort to try and keep the numbers small, but because no one knows how many people are coming, it ends up being quite a lot of people that you see. However, if it was the ordinary situation, from here for the next 500 meters or so, you would not be able to walk. The numbers of people will be thousands and thousands of people, and inside it would have been the same. We don't see that now, even though you still see quite a number of people. Everyone is conscious of the fact that they have to keep to the numbers. If you go inside the house, they have to limit the numbers, how many people can come in, and outside they space them out. So I think they've put a good effort to try and deal with this situation. It's going to be always difficult, especially when you get AmaButo, because quite a number of them would have come in here. They don't have as much sense of distancing, and some of them are used to working with staying very close to one another. So all of this message has been sent out, and I'm quite comfortable that continuously the messages are going out to say this situation of COVID is very, very serious, and the whole government is also working together with the Royal House to try and assist in that situation.
Minister, before I let you go, we spent most of our time as the SABC News speaking to locals on the ground, speaking to people, and hearing their stories. I just want to speak to you and ask you one last question. To heed the call for those people to mourn privately and to not come out tomorrow. As the Health Minister, your statement on that.
Yes, we would like to encourage everyone out there. We know they are sad. We know that they wish to express their condolences to the Royal House. We know that all of them don't feel that they will close this chapter unless they've been to meet with the Royal House. We are aware that all of the people are in real distress. We really want to appeal, though, that let's try and grieve in our homes and not move in large numbers to come into the Royal House. And there are a number of delegations from various communities who have come up and have had the royal House members, pleading with them not to send big delegations to go back and actually explain to everyone. I think the message has to be COVID-19 is still very much with us, and COVID-19 regulations are still in force. It's important to say, whilst we're going through a very difficult mourning situation, we should not turn that into a super spread event, and therefore everything needs to be done to respect the restrictions, even though we know it's a very sad situation for all of us. So we really make a plea for all our people to understand that the fewer the people who will be coming here, the better, although it's against our culture, our practices, our traditions, but nevertheless we understand we're trying to save lives.
Thank you so much for your time, Minister. I know you have other engagements. Thank you a lot. Well, that was the Minister of Health there, Zweli Mkhize, just touching on the protocols with regards to COVID-19 and the regulations thereof. I'm just going to step out of shot again and show you that the procession for King Goodwill Zwelithini is expected to start any time now, where his body will be brought back to the palace. As you can see on your screens, warrior kings, warrior warriors are here in their numbers, many delegations, people from government, provincial government, as well as national, here to pay their respects and to also mourn. But also, the minister saying there that those back at home must heed the call, especially those here in the northern KwaZulu-Natal. They should mourn their king privately. He does understand that many people want to come and say goodbye to their king, say goodbye to the man who they revere in this part of the country as well as around the country. But just saying there that, they should mourn privately and they should stay at home and heed the call from national government as well as health department to say mourn your king at home and don't come out to the memorial at the moment. I'm just going to hand back to you in studio there.
Thanks very much, Jayed-Leigh Paulse, reporting from the Royal Palace. The four police